coming to my study. This is where I get to hang out when I'm not at MIT with Craig and back there. I've been with Thermomix for just over a year now as a consultant, and then moved into a team leader role. I love this product. Love it as a domestic user. Love it as a chef. Love it as a brand and a company as well. I've got my lovely BDM Sharon at the end here. So anything businessy related, you can go to her ear off later. And I've got my lovely Steph Johnson here as well. So she's another consultant based more central. So before we get started, who's seen a Thermomix before? Yeah, a couple of us. And the TM6 or some of the later models that you would have walked past in the front?
I know it was a while ago, so I don't know. When it first came out.
It's going to be the same one. Yeah, what about you guys? Fresh meat, eh? Okay, so we're going to rock your world tonight. We are recording for the Watchers at home on Zoom, and what I'll do with this video is give it to Shannon as a YouTube link, and then you guys can rewatch it, share it, do whatever you want to do with it. But the idea is to be able to share it with secondary school teachers and the like to show them what's happening. Did I introduce myself? My name's Tamara. I'm based in Albany at the moment. I'm going to be a Westie and Massey from the 1st of May for a bit, and then I don't know where we end up. So yes, if anyone needs a bathroom, it's just straight out to the right. There's a couple down here. If there's a fire, just straight out the front, and happy days. Is there any allergies or dietaries in the room? Really? That's so easy.
We're all chefs.
There's vegan food on the front, so
You don't want to do that.
Awesome. So what I'll show you quickly is a video that gives you a good understanding of Thermomix. The comparison pack.
Meet Grace, mum, grandmother, friend,
Internet.
neighbour, and home cook. In 2000, she added another string to her bow. She became Australia's first Thermomix consultant. To share their love of Thermomix. Every consultant has its story, and this is Grace's. On a family trip to Poland, she saw the possibilities of the Thermomix firsthand.
Straight away, I saw how Thermomix could inspire people to create delicious food while spending less time in the kitchen and more time on the things that matter. Our mission is to make a difference in people's lives by helping them to easily create healthy, delicious meals every day and enjoy it. Now, with the smart connected TM6, all at the touch of a button.
The manufacturer of Vorwerk, Voss Global, is a family business in Australia.
Part about it. As a teenager, it got me in the kitchen creating new things and ignited my passion for food. Now as a dietitian and a mum, I get to pass on my knowledge of health and nutrition and my passion for cooking with my children and the whole Thermomix community.
More than 2,000 consultants share cooking experiences with people around New Zealand and Australia. More than 13 million Thermomixes have been sold across 40 different countries, including almost 500,000 here in New Zealand and Australia. And many top chefs are cooking with Thermomix too.
I did not tell you again one more time, and I do you always have some.
In 1971, Vorwerk has been producing Thermomix in Germany and France, helping people around the world. German precision engineering paired with cutting-edge technology combines 20 different functions into the one compact Thermomix appliance. Thermomix was first to introduce guided cooking, an innovative way to create meals by simply following the on-screen step-by-step instructions.
We've developed over 15 cookbooks and more than 2,100 triple-tested recipes on Cookie Doo, our digital recipe library. Your Cookie Doo subscription also provides you access to over 42,000 recipes from countries all around the world. What I love about my TM6 is that I can search for any of these recipes on Cookie Doo directly on the screen of my Thermomix.
Today, your consultant will show you how Thermomix can help you to easily create delicious food.
Yeah, the oven's hot, so he's
I used to do it
So
before.
I'll stop sharing there because that's essentially the end of that video. But yeah, that just gives a
Smarter
brief
and faster.
overview of Thermomix. So I'll just make sure that everyone can hear me in here. And I'll mute this. Great. Fantastic. So yeah. Oh, I know.
Don't make it. Put it on a dry.
That's what my intention.
Cool. Sorry about that, team. I just text up. So yeah, that's a brief overview of Thermomix, where it's come from. It's continuously updating. That video is about 2 or 3 years old. So the amount of Thermomixes we've sold now and the amount of consultants that we have has almost tripled, which is great. But not to say that we're full. There's always opportunities to join as a consultant and earn your machine if that's what you want to do as a side hustle. I started that way. I was still working at the tasting shed out in Kumeu when I joined the business, running that as a head chef. And through lockdown, we needed another source of income. So I looked towards being an ambassador of a brand, came across a Thermomix. I've used it a lot in my career already, knew how good the product was, and saw that I could actually earn the machine. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to earn one rather than pay full price for one. And it's just squeezed that in with my chef role, and then I'm still here. So it's a really cool company to work for. So what we'll be doing today is a range of modes on Thermomix. It's not going to be a traditional demo that I would do in someone's house, because I would be more directing that towards them eating healthier, saving money, cooking for families and stuff. What I want to teach today is how to save money as a business in the time of no staff, being able to put your own recipes into the machine and create that consistency in that product. No matter who's cooking the recipe, it's going to end up the same. Creativity, so there's over 85,000 recipes on the machine, all from different languages and countries and cultures, so being able to get inspired from that as well. And just the ease of cooking, essentially. Fantastic. So these are the modes that the Thermomix currently covers. On top of that, we also have a peeler function, and now the new grating and slicing mode too. So I've done enough talking, and I use this machine every day, so I've got the apron on, but you guys are going to be cooking with us instead. So who wants to be our first brave chef? I'll still do it here. So put a little feedback form on each of your chairs there. And what I'll end up doing is sending a link to the recording and just any other information for you guys as well. So the way that Thermomix works, let's just go back in the home screen. It's got stuff in it, so I'll grab an empty bowl. Is you've got a stainless steel bowl, all made in Germany, so everything's super quality. The blades are really sharp and can actually come out as well, making it easy cleaning. And it works similar to like a kettle. So you've got the element in the bottom that heats up, then your blades can either go in clockwise or reverse depending on what you're wanting it to do. That just sits inside the cavity there. Then you'll have a lid that will always need to be in place. and then the measuring cup, which is a 50 and 100 ml that sits on top, so you can use that to measure, or you can just use that to not have things exploding onto the ceiling. Okay, so on our home screen we have a time, a temperature, and a speed dial, and this is what you'll be using if you want to use it manually. So say you just want to grind up some nuts to make a ducker, you want to
Not
make
working.
a quick puree, a gel, whatever you want to do, manually set that. Or you scroll over to the next page and that's got all of our built-in modes. So you've got a catering function, well, maybe use egg mayo sandwiches, you can go
Doesn't she know how to cook it?
thickening mode, so that will use our custards, our gravies, whatever you want to thicken. You've got
Don't you like
blend
it?
mode, like your standard blender. Kettle mode for heating up things.
So
Sous
don't
vide.
you like it already?
So maybe you don't necessarily want to do a whole 20-litre gastro for sous vide, you just want to do a small batch of strawberries or whatever you want, you can do that in your machine. We've also got slow cook and fermentation. So fermentation for your sauerkrauts, your kimchi's, kombucha, yogurt, alike, you can do all of that from the Thermomix as well. So chef, we're going to get you making our pizza dough, or pizza piatas, and a recipe on the machine, which I will just bring up now. So when you start cooking on your Thermomix, it will save the recipes that you've recently cooked. So we're going to go into that recipe. You just press on the picture. Fantastic. The way the recipes work is it will show you a picture of what you're going to be cooking, scrolling down portion sizes, which you're able to scale up or down depending on how many you're wanting to cook for, the ingredients down the side, and the preparation steps that the Thermomix will follow. Down the bottom you'll have tips and tricks that, you know, if you want to add tandoori paste or sambal or something else to your pizza dough, maybe there's some information down there. These are what we call guided recipes. So these are built-in recipes to the machine, and these all sync up to an app called Cookie Doo. You guys can download Cookie Doo today for free for 30 days. Take full advantage. I'll give you a bit of an oversight on what Cookie Doo is later. Or there's an option to put your own recipes into the machine, which I'll show you how to do later as well. Okay, so all you need to do, chef, is press the big green button. Oh, sorry, we've got to fix. Let's go back to number 1. Okay, so in this bowl we've got rosemary and garlic, which it's going to ask us to do. Right, what's the first step?
Preheat the oven 220 degrees.
Okay, chef, done. Next, what's next?
Lay a baking tray on the oven,
Wait, what's next?
baking paper, 2 garlic cloves.
Which are in the bowl?
Yes.
Yeah. So these are guided recipes, meaning if you don't want to add garlic, just don't add garlic. If you want to add more garlic, add more garlic. Yeah.
Rosemary,
Put on
We've got that as well.
is a measuring cup.
All right, so there's a picture on there that's asking for the lid.
I'm gonna run
And you
2
can measure
times.
it up to the follow on top. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
you can
next.
leave it. Just check it every like
The
3
bottom.
minutes. 5 minutes.
Turn speed selector to speed 7.
Fantastic. So you can see it's preset for 4 seconds. It's asking you to turn the dial to speed 7. So keep going until you see number 7. There you go. And it sings you a beautiful song saying, I'm done. The good thing about this machine, it will only go up until that step and it won't do anything else. So say, for example, you've got caramelized onions cooking, it's not going to burn, it's not going to overproduce or anything like that because you've preset the time that you want to do it to. So I'll show you how to do caramelized onions today as well. We're scraping down, we're just following the steps in the recipe. Let's work. So next. Yeah, good.
So measuring cup again.
Yeah, so continue. And what it will do now is just give it another quick blend.
Speed 7 again.
So the young cotton chefs coming in with respect degree, knowing they know everything, right? They can come and work your Thermomix and follow the recipe exactly the same every single time. So there's nothing going in the bin, there's no wastage, there's no money lost. Fantastic. So it's just asking us to take the rosemary and garlic out, so just lifting up, correct? And then you're going to scoop into that. And the way the spatula is designed on two sides. So, you know, if you're cooking, you don't have sauce dribbling all over your veg, it's gonna stay nice and flat for you, which is great. Cool, that's good enough. Put that back in there.
Uh, 220 grams of water.
Okay, so when you're making bread, is anyone making bread at home? Sourdough or, yeah? How long have you been making bread for?
About 50
Yes.
Amazing. And when you started out, did you have any failures when you started out making bread? No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah, I've had failures too. Okay, so right now it's asking for 220 grams. You can see the scales have popped up there, so you're just going to pour until it says 220. And just be careful not to lean on the machine because the scales are built into the feet. So it's very, very precise. And this, because it's temperature controlled, we're going to go in and add the yeast. It's going to heat to 37 degrees, which is optimal yeast activation temperature. And we're going to get that consistency and those perfect results every single time. Yeah. And next.
Wash water.
Yes. Oh, no, all right. So you can be a very precise chef, or you can be a throw it together one like me.
Just
Yeah. So just pour into the side of the blades because we want that to go into the water.
measure cup.
Yeah. Okay, so while that's activating, I've got one that I've made earlier, which is down here. So what this mat is called a Thermomat. Silicon mats, in a day and age where we're trying not to use so much baking paper and everything, these are fantastic. So I'll prove my doughs in it. I'll use it to roll out pastry. It's just fantastic. And then we've got these darker baking mats here that are nice and oven safe. You can put these in the oven. I just get upset because it's nice and white and you get a bit of coloration on that as well. So this has been proving for the last, I would say, 30 minutes. Super fragrant dough. Like I said earlier, there's nothing stopping you from changing the flavour. Very versatile recipe, so you can use this for your scrolls, your flatbreads, your pizzas, all of that sort of carry on. So I'm just going to knock out the air. And I will transfer it to this one. And for you all tonight, we're going to roll it out and I'll just do like a Circassia style, maybe not with that compassion. Amazing. Okay, so just roll it up and so on. Stretch.
Babe,
You know, and like to fancy it up, maybe you want to run some herb powder or beetroot powder or olive powder or something else like that in the dough. So you get a beautiful colour, sun-dried tomatoes. You choose, this is your recipe. So from here, I'll just go with a bit more olive oil. I'll get my
babe,
lovely helpers to decorate the other two for us. But yeah, just a bit of garlic, rosemary. More onto the bread. A bit more cooking. Okay, and then I'll throw that in the oven. And we'll see what else happens on that one there.
400 grams of baking flour.
Yes.
oh, I didn't see. I'm on a Zoom.
Which your flour should be way out
Who are
there.
you talking to?
Raymond, if I make sending him another video. Oh.
30 grams of olive oil.
Yes. Salt.
Measure cup.
Cool. So if anyone wants to come and have a look, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna knead the dough in the Thermomix. So just turning the dial. So 2 minutes and it's gonna perfectly knead, it's gonna activate 12 minutes of 10, it's equivalent to 2 in the machine. So you're gonna be saving elbow grease. Fantastic, thank you so much. Okay, who's up next? Yeah, come on. Alicia, would you like to introduce yourself to yeah, okay, good. So, caramelized red onion chutney. Putting that over a stove pot and
Chocolate.
making sure it doesn't burn. It's the same sort of thing. I've got all your ingredients ready to go. Yep, so they can see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so just going to follow the steps. So we're going to go into so just tearing your scales to see if yeah, that's it. Just let it come out. And then you just go next on the machine. So 500 grams of red onion, so you can go in there. Perfect. And then all right, so I'm going to put the lid on. Let's pop that with our splash guard here. So juice, so your caramelized onions, your tomato sauces, your pasta sauces, risotto, things that need to let some steam. So go next, we're done.
Yeah.
Yes, and then turning the dial. Oh, sorry, that's
Really?
yeah, turn it now. Right, so we've got a 20-minute cook to do caramelized onions, but I can walk away. If I wanted to, I could double that recipe and have a bigger batch of caramelized onions done. Easy peasy. Right, and the girls have taken care of that. Right, so that's all locked in. Okay, next shift, please.
How many times did you close it?
So what it's doing now, if you can hear it soon, it'll start sizzling. It's doing its high heat cooking. So you can imagine being on the stove. You as the person, you'll be getting that colour and then shimming it around. Same sort of thing, it's gonna heat and then turn, heat and turn, heat and turn. So it's gonna cook for 20 minutes. So you can sit down and relax now.
Does it slice them up?
You can. So I'm going to introduce you to our cutter accessory a bit later. So if you wanted a nice julienne or slice of that. All right. Who's up next? Come on, David. Don't name anything.
Oh, we need a lady. The ladies. Yeah. Come on, ladies.
Anyone?
Sandy.
Sandy? That's right. You don't have to look cheap. Alrighty. So in a day and age where ingredients keep going up in prices, I'm a big believer on using as much of the vegetable as we can to get more yield. So what we're going to make here is a vegetable stock paste. You can make chicken stock paste, beef stock paste, fish stock paste. Gets rid of that powdered stock that we buy or the cans and stuff. 1 tablespoon of this will really enhance the flavour of your meals. So if you want to put it in a risotto, put it in a whatever. I just keep it in a jar in my fridge if you're in a restaurant environment. So it's this thing.
This is polite if you take this
You
off
won't be able
and
to take
look
it off.
outside.
You won't be able to take it off.
Yeah.
Huh?
Can you look inside?
Not while it's cooking.
No.
No. Safety, yes.
No,
And
we
you'll
put in German.
The lights will go red as well as the bowl heats up, so it gives you another safety feature too.
Is that hard to touch?
Not yet. It will be soon. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, using all your vegetable trim. So when I'm prepping at home, keeping all my onion, offcuts, carrot peelings, all of that in a freezer bag. Once I get enough, I'll make a vegetable stock here. So following the prompts, you can use pretty much any stock that you would normally use in your veggie stock. And so yes. So 200 grams of celery. Yeah. So yeah, things like courgettes you can put in here, leeks, cabbage, and the stuff you normally wouldn't put in the stock, don't put that in.
What we did the poppy.
Just the celery, 200 grams of celery. Now we're going in with 2 carrots that have just been cut. I've left the skin on. Yeah, next. 1 red onion, so I've changed that out for just red onions. Okay, yeah, quite small. Fresh tomato, I've got tomato paste instead. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Zucchini, I'm going to skip that because I don't have any. It's just like they're bloody $8 or something a kilo. Right, garlic's going in. So now you can add in whatever herbs you have. So go with a bit of thyme. I've got some parsley stalks. You can put a bay leaf in there. Up to you. Peppercorns. Botagani, essentially. You're going to blend everything up in the same thing. Perfect. And then we're going to go in with some rock salt. Okay, so yeah, just go next until you get to the salt. Yeah. Rock salt, so it's our preservative and the paste, so it'll end up cooking out the salt and preserver, and then up to you what you do with it after that. You can have a go salt. Okay. Oh no, we're going to blend it first and then add the salt. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so your lid can go on. Yeah. And then next. So just turning the dial, it's going to blend it up to speeds. Just basically. So if you go back one, because we're in a guided recipe, you go forward. There's a little green line there. Yeah. Oh, and then down the bottom says toast. That's okay. Speed select for the speed 6. So what you'll do is just push everything down.
Maybe not done.
So the way your spatula is designed, it will never touch the blades, it can be moving. Okay, so we've done that, and I need to go in with the salt. So just, let me just lift that up and show everyone what you've done. Well done. Okay. Yep. Finish cooking the caramelized onions on that one for me. They need another 14 minutes. Just here. On oh, go on, yes, ma'am. I will
Just finish already.
no, we can show it now so we can do something else.
Oh.
Have a look. Yes, so I'm going to go on with the lid, and then we're going to introduce the simmering basket. Yeah. So same again, just to let the steam reduce. If you're doing this at home, you can put your jar upside down and have that sterilizing while it's cooking as well. Cool. So now that's got a 20-minute cook, and it's going to get up to 120 degrees. So essentially, it's going to cook out the veggies with the salt and just turn to speed 1 to activate that. Fantastic. Thank you so much. So let's honeycomb. Yeah. Do you like to make the honeycomb? Yes. So what I'm going to do is just search in the search bar, honeycomb. So you can search from the platform itself, from the machine, or from the app. Okay, awesome. Okay, and so again, I'll just get you to stand to the side so everyone can see what you're up to. Awesome. so go start cooking for us, please. Yeah. So the latest model of Thermomix, we can actually do our sugar work. So our lollipops, caramels, honeycomb, stuff like that. It gets that hot, but they're guided recipes. So you can't manipulate the system yet to be able to do that. I've been able to make some white chocolate fudge that I'll give you guys to try in the machine and some honeycomb that's already made, but I just want to show you how the sugar sectors work. So you can skip that. Go next. The next again. It's just asking us to get a tray ready to go for our finish one. We're going to put it ready. Go next. Okay, so what does it ask me to do? Perfect. So that sugar there, and just make sure you cancel your scales off. Yeah. Yep. Has anyone tried making honeycomb before? Yeah. Sticky, messy, did it work? Yeah. Yeah. It is fun. It's such a quarter, but what's that one? Right, so it gives you the option you can have honey or golden syrup. We just got golden syrup going into this one. Wait. Perfect, in a way. Yep, next. Okay, so this one here, just remove the mixture. So some recipes will need you to have some airflow, some recipes will want you to keep the moisture in. Okay, so what this does, you know, when you're making your caramels and sometimes you get that ring around the pot where you've got to make sure it doesn't burn. The whole idea of the Thermomix is it will bring the moisture to catch all the sugar that comes up the top and it will filter back inside. Perfect, so that's got a 22 minute. Thank you very much. Well done. Super easy, right? And then we'll go in with our baking soda after that. So what I'll do now is bring you around some of the honeycomb that I've made. They are getting a bit sticky because it's humid, but I've just used one of the honeycomb molds we have from the shop here. Those two. Just have them a bit similar if you want me to.
Look, so.
Yep, so you can melt your chocolate in your machine as well. Meaning you can do your crunchy bars. So being able to take that blend it up, turn it into a powder, mix it through butter or ice cream or something like that. All things that you can do on your machine. Next one we'll get on to is a cooked mayonnaise. So for me as a chef, when I first came across this recipe, I was like, cooked mayonnaise. Why am I cooking my mayonnaise? I've never cooked it in my life. Well, yeah, but it pasteurizes it too. So for the pregnant customers that we get, yes, you can eat the mayonnaise because it's pasteurized and put down now. Okay. Any takers to make our mayonnaise? What about you on the back end? Go on. I'll just bring it up to you. So, traditional mayonnaise. Craig, how do we make mayonnaise? Ingredients, oil, yeah. So it's an emulsion, right? We don't want to add the oil too quickly and have it split. We don't want to have the incorrect balance of ingredients either. So the way this recipe works is you essentially put the egg, the vinegar, some salt, in the machine, it'll start mixing it for you, and it will heat it up to pasteurize it. The oil we're going to pour directly on top of the machine, because the way the measuring cup is designed, there's a little gap there, so it essentially does that dribble for you. Okay, so you can just go start right there for me now. Yeah, so that's going to heat away the oil, so you can skip ahead, we've done that for you already. Yes.
Mixing machine. Turn it off.
So your oil's ready, so you can stick that on.
We used to make gallons on it.
Okay, so that's ready to go, just go next to that one. You pop that to the side. Yeah.
We're not doing any fucking good.
Okay, next again. Oh, sorry, you're good. Okay, so into the bowl, we're going to go 1 teaspoon of salt. We can redo that. It's about a teaspoon, cool. Yes. Yes, so you can go with the white vinegar. It's white wine vinegar. If you want to do red wine, if you want to do balsamic, if you want to do whatever, up to you. So we're going to basket over the top. Okay, so you can put the lid on and just take away the. Yep. Next. So it's going to reduce our vinegar, get it a bit more concentrated for us. So turning the dial to speed ones. Sorry. And the machine's actually got a preview button where you can see what's coming up next in the recipe too. So you want to get all your mise en place ready to go? Yes. All right, so our eggs are ready. Once that's heated up, the vinegar will be going in with the oil, slowly dribbling that into the machine. And your honeycomb, the sugar is starting to caramelize at the end. It's going nice and brown.
So I won't burn it.
We'll do the free drink. Can you please grab me in the fridge? It's a big box. There's a
Same mixture of things like that.
and there's a I've got lots of them. And then the berries from the freezer. Thank you so much.
This light indicates when it's full.
The red light.
The red light.
Yes, so when it's cold, it'll be green. When it's red, it means it's hot. So this becomes a steam, you can see it's steam. So it's a safety feature. The arms will always lock into place when the machine's in use, and it will sense if there's not a jug at the lid. Yeah, and what are those sugars? Who likes ice cream? And you guys are flat, have some more drinks, eh? I like ice cream. Just any one of these sugars? Yeah, I think I've weighed out one of them, I just can't remember which one. Thank you so much. How long have we got left on here? So another 1 minute. Okay. So what I'm going to make for you is like a soft serve ice cream using fresh or frozen fruit. You can do this with any frozen fruit. So at the moment we've got Feijoa in season. What else have we got? You know, you can use a tin of mangoes and freeze that down if you wanted to. Pineapple. I've done it with dragon fruit and it ends up being this beautiful bright pink color. So we'll do that once your tomato is done.
Killing them, not
Breathe it in.
It's separate there. And then the quick taste, I think it is better than stuff. That's the main thing.
Smells good, eh?
It's not.
Yes, but these are just the 1031 bowls. I mean, 2 liters. So they're not big enough for this small. Okay, so going next. Yes. So you turn the dial to activate. Yep. So you can add your eggs now at the top. So we're adding the eggs now into our warm reduced vinegar. I think it's going to continue for 3 minutes. Yep, just about done. Grab the measuring cup into the mix. And so turn it down. So go back one. Reduce up. Forward, so turn speed selection speed 6, so all the way around to 6. All the way. Keep going all the way. Alright, and you're going to start pouring oil onto the lid. So it's going to slowly dribble into the machine. Okay, so Megan's just asked, why is the spatula designed with a hook like that? The purpose is, so when you're steaming your rice in your Thermomix, because when you steam rice, it's a lot healthier, the GI content gets lower because all the starches end up going into the water, into the rice. Hook in your spatula to the basket, so you don't burn yourself, and then you can flip that out. If you're doing a nut milk, for example, you can blend all of your nuts, have your nut bag inside here. And do it straight as well. All right, let's have a look at your mayonnaise. Okay, so this much of it. So that's the kind of texture we've got. Nice and thick and creamy, like our Best Foods mayonnaise. There's a recipe for a Kiwi mayonnaise, like the Japanese now. It's got a few more ingredients in there as well. But there's also recipes for like your barbecue sauce, teriyaki sauce, all your spice pastes and stuff like that. Amazing. Yeah, that's done. Did you want to have a taste of what you made? Okay. How's that, right? Not bad. And then you can go in there if you wanted to do a flavoured oil and add that through. But this will last longer than your traditional mayo because we've pasteurized that egg as well. So what I do is 350 grams of rice of your choice, washed 3 times, a bit of oil, a bit of salt, and then it cooks in a litre of water above that, and it cooks for about 18 minutes.
How many minutes?
18. So if you've got your longer grain or brown rice or black rice, you can do it a bit longer. Amazing. So let's make some ice cream, right? Should I pick on Shannon? Get your
How do you know I want to watch it?
Okay, so what are we going to do is in the search function there, just look for fruity dream. Sorry, next one, boss. Fruity dream.
There's a recipe.
Yes.
Two cups of rice.
Yeah.
Two cups of rice. 3.5 cups of veg patties. 15. Idiot. But you got to have the just to first knock them. No. I used to now because I use yeah, but Betty soaks up the sugar. If you only do 3 Tuesday. Yeah,
So what I'm gonna go in with first, guys, is raw sugar or sugar, and go into the machine. So I'll let Shannon do that. So 80 grams. If you wanted to do slightly less sugar, do less sugar. It works perfectly fine. If you want to do stevia, honey, whatever you want, do a sweetener. Might be too much. Sorry, what's that?
If you're using stevia or something like that, just have
The conversion.
Yeah.
Some have tips down the bottom. Check that first. I've done this with stevia, and I think I used about half a teaspoon because it's so sweet, and it was about 80 grams worth of normal sugar sweetness. So trial and error, yeah. But always go less is more, and you can always add if you want. So 80 grams of sugar, then. Yeah, next. So what's going on? In your households at the moment, do you have sugar, caster sugar, icing sugar, brown sugar? You don't need to buy that anymore. Just buy one sugar, and you're going to mill it down to caster, mill it down to icing, put some molasses through, make your brown sugar. If you want to make condensed milk, make your own condensed milk from home too. Okay, so go next. Now, down the bottom, turn the speed 9, so all the way around. Go. So you can see the calories escaping from the top. Right, so we're going to insert another accessory, which is our butterfly whisk. Yep. You can show off the name. Yeah. Yeah. You go. Isn't he a genius? Everyone says Shannon's a genius. All right, I know, like, all right, so this is our butterfly whisk. We're going to use this for meringues, for whipped cream, for beating your cream and your butter for your cakes. Cool, and go next. So 1 egg white going in. If you have a vegan customer or vegan family, stop. That's about 3 egg whites. Then go next. Without measuring cup. Go next. So just go to speed 4 for this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it. So what's going to happen now is it's going to whip up our sugar and our egg white. And you can see it's heating up to 65 degrees. That also cooks out the egg white and pasteurizes it as well for us. Doing well.
Just like that. Read that.
Right, so 6 just pour around our like onions. We're going to put a bit of water, brown sugar, also have vinegar in there now, and continue to cook it in the background.
If you don't use sugar, you have a thing that use artificial sweetener
Yes. Yeah. So what do you
on every recipe.
You can just trial and error a little bit, and then you can go in and edit the recipe and say, I'm not gonna put sugar, I'm gonna put stevia or something else. That's what it is. Right, so just looking up nicely for us. And our beautiful mini stuff is also ready to go. So we're just gonna blend that up. Alright, so that's our veggie stock paste all done. And our meringue is all done, chef. So you can show everyone what you've made at school today.
Look at that, egg white, smooth, amazing.
Okay, and following the prompts on there.
So if you whip up plain, it's nice and light.
20 seconds.
It's nice and light or fill.
Perfect. It's soft, just soft. And you can go longer if you want it thicker. I made butter last night. So we had some cream going off, 600 mils of cream. It gave me 350 grams of butter and 250 grams of butter.
You get the same blowing machine with air. This is very light.
You just stop
That's
it.
just with
Stop it
cream.
how you want it. Yeah.
Oh my,
Yep. And next.
it's talking about that race.
So it's going to repeat that.
You never get that. Well, you usually don't. Awesome.
Just never get to be 4. And here is our vegetable stock paste. All that's in here is some veggie offcuts and salt. Alright, so a tablespoon of that into a sauce or a risotto or anything. It hasn't cost you anything apart from some salt there to mix. Had all the offcuts already.
So these demo models on special.
We're going to have special on them.
These demo models.
These are our ones that we have for cooking classes at head office. Not on special as far as I know.
As a child, isn't it?
Alright, so
Well,
here's
then I
what
like
we
to do all
start
the cooking, mate. You just gotta push buttons.
Right, too. You get one.
If I get one, she can do all the cooking. Huh?
You just leave it here.
I think cooking.
You can
I do it. You can buy one.
Oh, then.
be a person.
One of those, you can do everything.
Tamara.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so now we're gonna go in with our frozen fruit.
I tell you what, it's really good to be on this ship.
Layers got the same concept.
Yeah.
So we just don't do.
Yeah, I was getting concrete with. Okay, that's what I had, 20 bucks. But it is. That was huge, it's just, I actually back end of the way.
So the idea is the fruit has to be frozen.
Yeah, so if you want to make your vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream, you go and make your anglaise first. Get that all flavored, put it in your freezer, chop it up, and then blend it to your spoon. Yeah, so either set in ice cubes or little shallow containers, chop it up, hang it in, done. This one, we're taking frozen fruit, and blending it in. Yeah, so go on with your lid. And go next. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you are going to churn while the machine thinks. So you need to use your muscles. Let's stir it up. Ready? Go. No pressure.
That's great, and that's the height.
Alright, let's ready that. Ready?
Thank you.
Is it like a salt?
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a soft serve, yeah? Okay, so I'm gonna show everyone what you've done so far. Ooh.
We're supposed to be tasting.
Not yet, not yet, not yet. It's gonna get even better. Okay, who was that honey pumpkin? Yep. Alright, so this is what our honeycomb looks like thus far.
What do I do? Just.
We've got the beautiful amber sugar syrup. No, that's not.
Oh, you think?
And we've got our baking soda. Are you good at making them? You're right there. Who's honeycomb? Look at them trying to steal your okay. So what's next? Okay, so you know the drill, sprinkle it in.
Yeah.
Get it all in there. But like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mixy. But you're gonna hand mix. All around as fast as you can. Yeah, mix it. Just too much skinny there. Just a body
Oh,
Alright, then pick up the jug.
3 and 2.
Yeah, so you just focus on the first kind of first, and then fill up nice. But you need to put it slightly
Yeah, I want to say.
from the chef point of view, trying to find a honeycomb recipe is good.
You haven't liked the old touch.
Yeah.
I remember when I was your student. Yeah. This is the small piece that you're looking for. This is
Three seconds to chop it up. Not stirring. 1 or 2 of those seconds, so you're not going to get it right. And then we'll just fill this up with iteration that
Yeah,
So guys, you're gonna be sure everyone. Alright guys, look at Shannon's again.
Wow.
What went in there, Shannon? Shannon's a genius. Shannon's a genius. Alright, so have a taste of that, chef. And then we can get to bring that around and you guys can have a go with it.
Oh,
What else did we end up with it?
Voicing areas.
Oh, and then you just whipped it more.
Yeah.
You should
You
have
chop it
done
up
that.
first.
it's not even cold though, is it? Yeah.
Well, you use, yeah, but you use frozen berries.
Okay, simple as, who has another 2 minutes? Herb oil,
Yeah.
Is it Chinese?
I put it in Chinese, try.
They couldn't read it.
Let's see,
No,
do
I
some
can
stir
help you
fried
with
noodles
that.
in there.
Okay, so herb oils, traditionally, it's either you're heating up oil, pouring that over your herbs, cooking, emulsifying it, blending it, or you're blending up your herbs, cooking it up with your oil until you get that color. The way I do it, and this is just going to be a manual recipe, so sliding over on the screen there. Okay, yeah, and going the scales up the top. You got it. Oh, and again, sorry. Perfect. So I use about 350 grams of oil, rapeseed oil, canola oil, flavorless oil, to about 150 grams of herbs. And then I just blend that all, take it to 80 degrees for 5 minutes, and that brings out all the chlorophyll. It's really easy to do, it's consistent. Okay, so.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, that's all good. So you can tear the scales to 0. Just press the green button. Perfect. You can go in with 150 grams of parsley. So parsley is quite a cheap herb traditionally, so if you're able to make a big batch of green oil to make your mayonnaise with or flavour whatever with, I love being able to do that. How much you got?
That's good, yeah.
Oh, you guys gonna forgive me? Okay, go to you. And then here you go, we want to do 350 grams of oil.
If you make mayonnaise, you have to.
350, sorry.
If you make mayonnaise, you have to.
Yeah, yeah. Keep going to.
I think it's just
Very
about
much
now.
actually.
Yeah, 350.
Yeah, too much egg white.
Yeah, sorry.
It's very quick and easy. You can do like.
Oh, no, you can do all of the oil.
English garden. It looks like a bit.
Oh, 350.
Yeah. You're good.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Or unexpected.
Right. Do you want to take it with you? You got it. Okay, and then pressing the home Got it. We'll slide over to these homes.
His office, with a
What I'm
calendar
gonna do
needs
is
to have.
all the way around to these. Just about 10 seconds. Okay, so that's done with blending. Now we're gonna set that timer to 5 minutes. So just turn the dial around. There you go. Nice. So you can go 80 degrees, so just turn the dial around.
I don't know, it's most of it.
Yeah. It's supposed to be at 2. Just turn it.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's going to cook up to 80 degrees. It's going to get hotter and cook up that rice as well. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, sweet. How's it all going? How's the sorbet? Yeah? So if you want to make it, yeah, there's a lot of people. So if you want to make it a little bit naughty, by the time you've made the fruity dream, you can go in with a bottle of rosé. You got a whole thing of rosé ready to go, which is quite awesome. If you want to. All right. Holidays. You can't mess it up. everyone else has had two. Alright, oh, he's doing the finale, it's like, so it's holidays for me. Oh.
You've got to work through it at the same
Oh, you mentioned on those for your ice cream, did we do it on those?
Yeah, after this.
It's okay. That's a search for things.
Alright, so just start cooking. Let's think it's this far. So, is anyone making hollandaise at home on Sunday for brunch or anything like that? Nice, over a bain marie. Well done. Yeah, very good. Top point. Okay. It's all yours. So this one, similar to making our cooked mayo, we're going to do it all within the jug itself. It's going to take it up to 80 degrees and cook out that egg for us. And it should be just
Yeah.
I don't know where
yeah, we've got our hollandaise going, so at the bottom, what does it say? 3, 4. Right, so that's going to whip up our lemon juice. If you want it to be vinegar, you can put. If you want it to make a reduction, you can. That's going to whip it up. And is that heating as well? Not on this yet, not yet. Okay, so let's just mix it. And then next.
6 minutes on 2 degrees.
Okay. It wants to sit on the top.
Slowly add.
Okay, so now we're going to chop up our butter and slowly start adding in a little bit by time. So it's going to emulsifies in there for us. What's in here? Fantastic. And then yes, we'll make a anglaise after this. And our lovely assistants. We've got our beautiful pizza Bianca.
Butter sticks to the lid, guys.
Pizza Bianca and our caramel salad.
so slowly, not really a bit too.
Just you.
You're not putting on your toast, is it?
Sharon, is that
I'm going to show you this again.
If anybody can.
I wrote my teacher.
Yeah.
Last century.
Chapman and all. Yeah.
Okay, so here's our beautiful herb oil. You can see the chlorophyll started to come out. It hasn't gone brown, we haven't overcooked it, we haven't done anything. So all I'll do now is just have that dribbling through some chunks. If you've got muslin or whatever you want to do. And the colour of that, you can see already, it's gorgeous. So really cheap one, yeah, just parsley. Okay. And I'll get my lovely chef Craig to come and hot plastic and anglaise up here. And then just search in the search bar at the top and find that. How's the bread? There's plenty of bread, so let me show you. Have some more. There is one. Oh, there is? Yeah. And you can make the screen font bigger and everything if you're squinting at it as well. Yes, perfect. And the, yeah, first one. Nice, and then just go start with food. Yes. Nice. So clean and rinse the jar, done. 20 grams of sugar should be this one here. So again, just penciling up the scales if you need to. Yeah.
Sugar. Just sugar.
Yes. Right, so Craig's making a lemon curd for us. I have made this with orange juice instead, lime juice instead, grapefruit juice. You can really change what you do. Traditional lemon curd, you're probably going to be using hundreds and thousands of egg yolks or mixture of egg yolk and eggs. This one I'm only going to use 3, and it makes about a litre. So it's a great way to stretch your dollars.
Other customers doing 10 litres of lemon curd a week on your stove at home because she's doing lots of cheese cakes for a cafe. And we did this, it was 12 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. So she just does it repeatedly because what was happening at home was she'd get distracted and it would catch and she'd chuck the whole lot out. And we worked out, we used her methodology in her recipe and we worked out she didn't need 6 eggs, so it was 60 eggs she was saving on them. So she was very pleased.
I've worked with this on this. Right. Okay, so on the bottom, just turning the speed to start. Yes. Well, that's our thickening mode now. So it weighs the contents of the bowl, figures out what needs to be thickened, and it will cook for that time. So it's scheduling over 10 minutes at 8 degrees. Well done.
So do I have to do?
That's all you have to do. And you've got another 3 minutes. Have some more bread. And what I'll do is put it out onto the and because you asked about it, I'm going to get you We've done a lot of this one for you, so it's not very hard, but I'll get you to tell people what you're doing when you do it. So search for anglaise, cream anglaise recipe.
It is connect Wi-Fi.
Yes. Yep, and you can save new recipes if you want to take it on holiday or something with you, or on the boat, or wherever you take your Thermomix caravanning or whatever. Yes. Anything you save recipe wise will be available offline, so you can go in and pre-plan what you're going to have while you're away, without Wi-Fi, and then it will still cook how you like.
So it's evenly 15-minute one, 10-minute one.
And a Tesla, did you say? Okay, so what was it?
Yeah, with golf.
So I'll put the butterfly whiskey.
It's a little hard, right? But it's got all the golf courses.
I've got 300 grams of cream. This is creme anglaise, by the way.
Look, and it says like, we form it.
4 egg yolks.
It says that we call it in the can.
50 grams of white sugar.
Yep.
Couldn't get it back.
Split vanilla.
Yep,
That's in there. Just the whole thing.
yeah. Oh, I just put vanilla paste.
Okay, Stephen,
Yes.
insert measuring cup, so the usual standard with measuring cup in there.
Nice. Next.
Next.
So just down the bottom turn, speed select the speed 2, and that's on reverse. So that's going to cook for 9 minutes at 80 degrees. This is our creme anglaise. So all that's in there was some milk, some egg yolk, some sugar, a vanilla bean, or some vanilla bean paste, and that's going to tip away nicely for us. While all of our machines are in use, I'm going to introduce you to our latest accessory, which is the cutter. So anyone that's got a RoboCube or a food processor, you've got something that grates and slices things for you. That was one of the things that our customers were saying Thermomix couldn't do, was do our nice grating and slicing of our veggies. So we said, all right, we'll do that. And the other thing we've got is our peeler. So people that don't like peeling potatoes, we've got a garlic cloves you can peel. I saw someone doing hazelnuts the other day with this in their machine. Well done. Okay, we've got our hollandaise mix that are ready to go as well. That looks very thick and delicious.
So you poke it.
You can poach eggs in your machine. Do omelets. Right,
Does
so
it have to have a blade to cut it, or can it just have nothing?
has to have the blade to cook. Yep. Not bad? Not bad. Yeah, if anyone wants to try the hollandaise, come up and try it.
So the blade's when it got reversed, I think.
We're ready.
Probably make it safer to eat.
Yeah.
I think I'm reversed. What's the difference?
So if you're making a meatball mix, for example, you don't want to overwork that, you put it on a reverse just to combine. Correct, yes. Okay.
You can manually write everything, just use the mechanism.
Apart from the short status mode, so I finished this make you can go up to 120 degrees on that one stage. Yes. Okay, so the new latest accessory is our cutter, and I'll play you a quick video for that now. If I go back to the start.
Elevate the presentation and wonder how you can elevate the presentation and textures of your meals in no time and without extra effort. Imagine the endless possibilities of the new accessory Thermomix cutter. One disc with 4 cutting functions. It will broaden your Thermomix cutting experience. Now, bring new life to your fruits and vegetables at the touch of a button. Just place Thermomix cutter into the mixing bowl. Select the mode to bring quickly or thin. A gentle touch is all you need to cut your vegetable, fruits, toppings, and garnishes in seconds with ease, letting nothing go to waste. Then, simply turn over to slice thickly or thin. In contact with food that it does keep your fingers. Thermomix cutter is neat to use and easy to clean. Let the cut operations directly into the dedicated cutter basket without interfering with the cooking steps done in the mixing bowl. Broaden the chopping, shredding, and grinding possibilities of your Thermomix TU6 or TU5 with one single disc that offers 4 new cutting functions. Thermomix cutter will expand your creativity, elevating the textures of a healthy food you prepare for yourself and your loved ones.
Pretty cool way. So when I first got my cutter, pause that, go back into stop sharing. Yes, when I first got my cutter, I was cutting and grating and slicing everything I could get my hands on just to see what it would do. So I was doing things like potatoes, hash browns, all my coleslaw prep, poke bowls, all my veggie bakes and stuff like that too. So it's really incredible to see what people are making as we continue to just keep developing this crazy. So the way you can cook with the cutter is either through guided recipes. So some recipes will ask you to introduce the history and clean or cut and break. Otherwise, like I said before, we've got our mode screen. So we can essentially go onto the slicing side. And it gives us 2 options, a thin or a thick slice. So thin would be for your veggie crisps and stuff in the oven, your potato chips crisps. Thicker would be for your veggie bakes. So this insert just sits directly on top of the plates, like that. Then you've got your little bucket. So say we are doing a vegetable bake, you're going to cut all your veggies, pull that out, and then you're going to go make your white sauce, your vegetable, whatever, in the bowl. Just pull that out. It's not dirty, it's good to go. That's it. Then we've got our inserts for our blades. There's 2 sides, and there's little pictures of them both. So one is for slicing, and one is for grating. And then you can see it will go in reverse or clockwise depending on the thickness that you're putting it to. And so we want to do sliced potatoes, so we're going to put the slicing side up, put that down, and then like your RoboCook, you've got your little pusher. Make sure your vegetables fit through the holes. Okay, so 2 potatoes, good red slice. Mix out them good as well. Do that one. Yeah, I'll show you the thin one. But imagine your commie chef's just being able to whip up 4 liters of sliced cucumber or something instead of standing there wasting time having a yarn. So that's sliced on the thick. Then we'll just slice on the thin. We'd still keep it on that slicing side. We'll just change where we turn it to. And Craig, chef, your lemon curd is ready to go. You want to have a taste of that? So yeah, it's all ready to go. Yes, it'll keep quickling up as it's
Oh, right.
Yep. If anyone wants to try the lemon curd, they can. Have you been for it? But a lot of people will have a Thermomix and an air fryer as their only two appliances in their kitchen, just that's what I need. Okay, so you saw the thicker slicing going on a thinner slice. We'll do our veggie chips for our baking. I just saw the yeah,
Doesn't matter. It's just
I'll do
around
a few
there.
Alright. Let's bring that on this. Well, in case you missed it the first time, that's the thickest slice of the potato. So that'll go in my freezer for a nice potato bake. Then I've got my carrots here. Space, go in a thin slice. Go with the carrot. Amazing. So, I mean, you can do carrots, cucumbers, pumpkins, whatever you want to do. I've done salami, cheeses, like your parmesans and stuff like that. There we go. Nice and thin. And then go for the knife and do julienne if you wanted to. But it's a game changer for meal prep for sure. And you can also do your grating, so we'll turn that over. Coming out of this mode, going into a grating mode. Grated carrots. That's one thing. So I mean, a heck of a lot cheaper to have a machine like this that can do that prep for you instead of having some random Joe blogs come in, cost you $45 as a rental chef. So nice grated. So that's the thicker grate. So then you can imagine the thinner grate is more for like the hash browns and stuff like that. But yeah, great piece of accessory. I won't show you. Alright, this is our envelopes. Remove butter clouds. And strain through a sieve into a bowl. Alright, so this has just got vanilla paste in there. There's our always ready to go. So you can freeze this now, and then you make vanilla ice cream. If you wanted to add your chocolate through there, chocolate ice cream. So I'll just let that sit up there. Okay, so I was gonna make a Swiss meringue, but how's everyone for time? Had enough? I don't have to do any more prep. I'll just show you a couple of different things on how you can play with your own recipes on Cookie Dough. Okay, so share the screen quickly. Okay, so this is our Cookie Dough app website. So this is what I've been talking about. This is what we use for all of our recipe searching platforms. We can do our meal planning from this, create shopping lists, put our own recipes into our Thermomix using this function. And like you guys have been doing today, I can go in here with an ingredient, say broccoli, if I spell it correctly. And it's going to bring me up 262 recipes just with broccoli. So it's a great way to minimize wastage and get a bit more creative if you're sick of having broccoli done the same way every night. Now you've got 262 ways you can have broccoli. Clicking onto a recipe. Sign in. Clicking on to a recipe. Oh. We can cook it today. So what that does is it puts it on my week on my Thermomix. We do meal planning. I can go and add it to my shopping list, which will show up over here. And it has all the recipes I need for the week in one big list. So I can go through and tick off all my dry goods. If I've got a dog at home, I can come down the bottom and add dog food, toilet paper, things like that. Then the cooler part is that I can go and order these ingredients from Countdown New Zealand. So at the moment we just have Countdown that we can use to order ingredients through. But probably no doubt in time we'll have the other supermarkets available too. If you want to walk around the supermarket, like I like to do, I go by category and just stick around in the aisles, which is quite cool. We've got tutorials on here as well, so how to create your own recipe to import into your Thermomix, how to import recipes. So we've got another community called the Recipe Community, and that's anyone that's got a Thermomix will upload a recipe into the cloud, then you can go and import that into your Thermomix as well. And then how to cook on the Thermomix. So how to understand those modes a little bit more, so looking into sous vide, all of that sort of carry on. And then the serving sizes, so being able to adapt the portions of your recipes too. Another quick thing I was going to touch on is our chef collection. So we've had a couple of chefs do special cookbooks for us. Mark Sutton being one of them. Antonio Bashaw's got a beautiful dessert pastry book on there as well. So there's an option to create recipes on a wider scale. So very, very cool being able to cook, you know, these famous chefs' recipes and adapt them for your restaurant or your kitchens as well. So you could take his idea of the framboise and change the flavour just by going into the recipe, editing it, making it your own, which is really cool. And if you share this out at a dinner party, like I think it's pretty cool as well. I'll see if I can find Mark's one. There it is, big boy. Cool, so you can go on and make, you know, Mark's venison Wellington, his beef cheeks, John Dory, all of that as well. So any of the recipes that you guys have seen tonight, what I'll do after today's demo is accumulate all my recipes, put the links to them in an email with links to what to do, a bit more information about the Thermomix, and if you guys wanted to have your own personal demo, a little bit less chaotic than this, with so many things going on, either me or Steph can come around and see you at home, do a little bit more of an intimate dinner party with you, and yeah. I won't cook any more because you guys are falling asleep, but that's Thermomix in a nutshell, and I hope you guys had a really good night. There's heaps of food left over. Do you want to serve this just for the teaspoon? We'll leave the lemon curd in a bowl. You guys can put straws in it and have a go at that. Don't do too much. But yeah, thank you so much for spending your Tuesday night with me, and hope you've had fun. That's it.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. It's been fun. But if there's any questions, we're still around for the next half hour or so. If you want anything answered, or how much do they weigh? They weigh in total 7 kilos. Oh, do we not cover the cost of the Thermomix? The price of the Thermomix is $2,499. That includes everything you see here, including one of us, beautiful ladies, as your consultant that comes over to your house, and the cookbook, and unboxes the machine with you, trains you up how to use it, and we're with you for whatever you need. But we do have to go home at the end of the night. Our partners don't like us doing sleepovers. But yeah, we're essentially with you all the time. And you can have as many cooking demonstrations as you like as well. So yeah, $2,499, that's either through 24 months interest free, through SIP money, Afterpay, or outright. I've had someone give me straight cash for Thermomix before, so I can take cash as well. Yeah, or you can earn one. Come have a side hustle, put one of these aprons on, join the team. You can earn your machine in 6 hours.